The Band of Holes.
Welcome to the Pisco Valley of Peru, a place most famous for the Nazca lines, but home to an equally baffling and far less understood ancient mystery, the Band of Holes. Carved into the arid sloping ridge of Monte Sierpe, this monumental feature is not a single structure, but a seemingly endless, precisely aligned row of pits. Over 5,000 circular depressions stretching for nearly a mile, or about 1.5 kilometers. Who made them and why has confounded archaeologists for decades. They're often compared to a giant, mysterious necklace strung across the desert landscape. The sheer scale of the labor involved here is staggering. Each pit is roughly 3 feet deep and about 4 to 7 feet wide, carved directly into the hard rock. They run in a continuous line, occasionally curving to follow the contours of the mountain. For years, theories abounded, suggesting everything from ancient defensive fortifications to elaborate grave sites for the region's elite. However, excavation has revealed no human remains or military structures, ruling out many of the initial hypotheses. The most compelling recent research suggests the holes function as an elaborate, multi-purpose system for the ancient Wari and Inca cultures, a massive outdoor ledger. The leading theory posits that the holes were used as a complex form of storage and accounting, functioning as koyakas, or storehouses. Their arrangement, size, and location could have cataloged everything from agricultural surpluses like maize and potatoes to trade goods like textiles and tools. Furthermore, the varying pit diameters might have been a physical representation of an early form of the quipu, the knotted string accounting device used by the Inca, essentially creating a record-keeping system etched into the bedrock. Today, the Band of Holes stands as a testament to the organizational brilliance of Andean civilizations, reminding us that ancient record-keeping wasn't always done on paper or clay. It was the language of the land itself, a silent, stony ledger waiting for its true purpose to be fully revealed.
The Urartian Subterranean.
For centuries, the ancient kingdom of Urartu, which thrived in what is now eastern Türkiye, between the 9th and 6th centuries BCE, was known primarily for its massive stone fortresses and impressive water engineering. But a recent accidental discovery near Gargantuan has unearthed a breathtaking, unseen side of this powerful Iron Age civilization, an extraordinary underground sanctuary of art. This labyrinthine subterranean complex, buried 6 meters below the earth, has stunned archaeologists and rewritten the history of Urartian culture. The site was initially exposed following illegal excavations in 2022, prompting a massive rescue effort. What researchers found was a network of interconnected chambers and corridors, carved out of the earth and preserved by a near-perfect microclimate. The structure itself is a monumental feat of architecture, but its true treasure lies on its walls, incredibly well-preserved murals painted directly onto fragile mud brick. Urartian wall paintings are exceptionally rare, making this discovery a milestone for ancient art. Specialists are now fighting to stabilize the mud brick walls and protect the delicate organic pigments with iron supports and continuous climate monitoring. The vibrant murals depict a carefully planned visual narrative, 3 distinct horizontal registers featuring gods, ritualistic figures, and powerful animals. These scenes suggest the complex served a profound ceremonial or royal purpose, possibly functioning as a hidden temple or a sacred space tied to the Urartian pantheon. The symbolic alignment of the registers may represent the celestial, earthly, and animal realms, a glimpse into their complex cosmology. Yet, without any inscriptions found inside the structure, its precise function, whether a coronation hall, a center for an unknown cult, or a royal mausoleum, remains the central unsolved mystery. The discovery at Tepe has unveiled the creativity and spiritual complexity of a lost Iron Age civilization. It confirms that their Urartian legacy is not just one of military might, but of sophisticated artistic devotion. The walls are still speaking, and archaeologists are listening, hoping to finally uncover the true identity of the spectacular, hidden underground wonder.
The enigmatic Roman dodecahedrons.
Throughout the lands once governed by the Roman Empire, archaeologists have unearthed nearly 100 identical, small, hollow objects made primarily of bronze. These are the Roman dodecahedrons, one of the most persistent and baffling puzzles of classical antiquity. Each object is precisely constructed with 12 flat pentagonal faces. On every face, a circular hole is carved, but critically, the size of these holes varies across the object. What makes this object a profound mystery is not its complexity, but its complete absence from the historical record. Despite the meticulous documentation of Roman life, from military campaigns to domestic tools, not a single mention of the dodecahedron has been found in Roman texts, frescoes, or mosaics. If it was an important daily implement, where is the evidence? The objects are concentrated across Gaul and Germania, suggesting a purpose tied to the Roman army or local Gallo-Roman culture, but their function remains completely unknown. The vacuum of information has led to dozens of theories. Perhaps the most popular is that it was a measuring device. Due to the varying sizes of the holes, some suggest it was used for military surveying or for calibrating the standard size of water pipes, fistulae. Other theories are more ritualistic. Some believe it was a religious artifact used for fortune-telling or divination. The most practical, though unsatisfying, suggestion is that it was a simple candle holder where the holes held different candle sizes, an explanation many find insufficient given its complex geometry. The Roman dodecahedron perfectly encapsulates how much of the ancient world remains hidden in plain sight. It's an object that demands an explanation, yet offers none, forcing us to admit that even in one of history's most documented empires, a simple 12-sided geometric puzzle can remain utterly and completely unsolved.
The Jiroft culture.
For generations, the history books agreed. Writing began in Mesopotamia or Egypt, but a series of dramatic archaeological finds in the early 2000s, unearthed near the Halea River Valley in southeastern Iran, has completely rewritten that timeline. This is the Jiroft civilization, a Bronze Age society that flourished around the 3rd millennium BCE, rivaling the great city-states of Sumer and the Indus Valley. Its most revolutionary discovery? A mysterious, undeciphered script, unlike any other. Found carved onto baked clay tablets and stone vessels at sites like Kunar Sandal, the so-called Jiroft script consists of unique linear and geometric characters. While the discovery of other ancient undeciphered systems like Proto-Elamite was already known in the region, some of the Jiroft finds have been dated to a staggeringly early period, potentially making them contemporaneous with, or even predating, the earliest known Sumerian cuneiform. This pushes the dawn of global literacy further back in time and places it directly on the Iranian plateau. The colossal challenge facing linguists is simple: how to decipher a unique script from a newly identified civilization with no known bilingual texts, no Rosetta Stone. Scholars are working to determine if this is a true phonetic writing system, a language, or merely a sophisticated form of proto-writing used for administrative records. Deciphering it would unlock the inner life of the Jiroft people, potentially revealing their laws, trade practices, and religious beliefs, and finally confirming whether this was the legendary lost kingdom of Urartia mentioned in Sumerian epics. The Jiroft script is more than just a collection of ancient symbols. It is a profound question mark, challenging the very origin of civilization. Its successful translation would shatter conventional archaeological timelines, confirming the Iranian plateau as a forgotten cradle of literacy and changing how we view the interconnected world of the Bronze Age.
The Lost Labyrinth of Egypt.
Imagine an ancient structure so vast, so intricate, that it surpassed even the Great Pyramids in its marvel. That's how the Greek historian Herodotus described it over 2,500 years ago. A colossal multi-story building with 12 covered courts and an incomprehensible maze of halls, chambers, and underground vaults. This was the legendary Egyptian Labyrinth, and today it remains one of the greatest missing monuments of the ancient world. Was it fact or fiction? A real structure or merely an exaggerated tale? Herodotus, who visited Egypt in the 5th century BCE, wrote extensively of its wonders. Of the labyrinth, he stated it contained 3,000 rooms, 1,500 above ground and 1,500 below, housing the tombs of pharaohs and sacred crocodiles. He claimed it was beyond the words to describe, a place of such bewildering complexity that he passed from rooms to courts and from courts to rooms, losing his way without a guide. This wasn't just a temple, it was described as a complete underground city, an administrative hub and a necropolis rolled into one. For centuries, Herodotus' account was dismissed by some as hyperbole. However, archaeological findings at Hawara near the Fayum oasis have given tantalizing hope. In 1888, Flinders Patriot discovered the foundations of a massive brick structure, and more recently, geophysical surveys by the Monte expedition have detected extensive, complex underground anomalies consistent with Herodotus' description. These readings suggest a structure of immense size, far grander than anything previously imagined, hidden beneath the sands, possibly built by Pharaoh Amenemhat III. While the labyrinth's exact function and full extent await direct excavation, the evidence strongly suggests this isn't just a myth. It could be the ultimate testament to Egypt's lost architectural genius, a buried metropolis of secrets waiting to be rediscovered. When and if it's fully unearthed, it promises to redefine our understanding of ancient Egyptian power and ingenuity.
The Rongorongo.
Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, is world famous for its colossal stone statues, the moai. Yet the island holds a far more unique and poignant mystery, the Rapa Nui language. This system of hieroglyphic symbols is one of the world's most recent and rarest examples of an independent invention of writing. Discovered carved onto wooden tablets and artifacts in the mid-19th century, this script is the only writing system to have evolved in the entire Pacific region. It is the language of a lost world, and today it remains utterly undeciphered. Rapa Nui, which translates literally to chant out or to recite, is visually stunning. Its glyphs depict human figures, animals, plants, and geometric shapes, often rendered in highly stylized recognizable forms. What makes the script truly unusual is its writing method, known as reversible strophodon. The reader starts at the bottom left of a tablet and reads left to right. But then, for the next line, the tablet itself must be rotated 180 degrees to continue reading the line upside down. This unique feature adds to the overall enigma of its function and meaning. The crucial challenge to decipherment is the tragic loss of cultural knowledge. By the time linguists attempted to study the script in the late 1800s, the Rapa Nui population had been devastated by disease and Peruvian slave raids. All the Tangata Rongorongo, the island's literate class, were gone. Theories about its function ranged widely. Is it a true, phonetically complete writing system, or simply a mnemonic device used by storytellers to jog their memory during long recitations? Attempts to link it to other scripts have failed, confirming its uniqueness. Only 26 authenticated tablets containing the script survive today. They are fragments of lost library, a powerful reminder of a unique culture's fleeting brilliance. Until a bilingual key is found, the Rongorongo script remains the ultimate closed book, the silent, sophisticated voice of the Easter Island ancestors, forever waiting to speak.
The megalithic walls.
High above the Inca capital of Cusco in Peru stands Sacsayhuamán, a fortress, a temple, or perhaps a complex military compound, and one of the most baffling architectural achievements of the ancient world. Built by the Inca Empire, its structure is defined by its colossal zigzagging walls, which feature stones of staggering size and unique shape. The mystery isn't just what they built, but how they built it. Sacsayhuamán remains a silent testament to an engineering genius that modern technology struggles to explain. The scale of the project is immense. Some of the stone blocks used in the lowest, most impressive tier of walls weigh between 100 and 130 tons, the equivalent of dozens of elephants. What truly confounds engineers is their placement. Unlike standard masonry, the stones are multi-sided and irregularly shaped, with complex angles and curved surfaces. Yet, they are fitted together so precisely without the use of mortar that not even a knife blade can be slipped between them. This is known as Cyclopean masonry. The Inca had no iron tools, no wheeled vehicles, and no draft animals capable of moving such loads. The nearest quarries were miles away, across difficult terrain. Theories suggest they used immense teams of workers, ropes, and log rollers to haul the stones up the mountainside, likely along dirt ramps. But how they achieved the laser-like precision in shaping these complex stones remains a riddle. Were they polished with sand and water, using sheer repetitive labor, or did the Inca possess a sophisticated technique that has been entirely lost to time? Sacsayhuamán is more than just ruins. It's a giant, unsolvable puzzle. The structure is so flawlessly built that it has survived devastating earthquakes for centuries, a silent challenge to our assumptions about ancient technology. It stands today as the ultimate proof of the Inca's mastery over stone, a mystery carved permanently into the Andean mountainside.
The new Nazca lines.
For nearly a century, the Nazca lines have been the quintessential ancient mystery, massive geoglyphs etched into the desert plains of Peru, visible only from the air. But thanks to modern drone and satellite technology, the Nazca mystery is not just old, it's actively growing. In the last few years, archaeologists have discovered hundreds of new, never-before-seen figures, challenging everything we thought we knew about this ancient desert art. While the classic figures date to the Nazca culture, around 200 BCE to 500 CE, many of the new discoveries belong to the earlier Paracas and Topara cultures, dating as far back as 500 BCE. These newly found lines are often much smaller, sometimes drawn on slopes and hillsides, and were previously hidden by natural erosion. The figures are incredibly diverse, featuring stylized humanoids, orcas, birds, and most famously a massive cat figure that had been almost invisible until a recent conservation project exposed it. The new discoveries reignite the fundamental question: why did they create them? The traditional theories suggest the lines were part of rituals tied to water and fertility, meant to be viewed by the gods in the sky. However, the smaller hillside glyphs suggest they were intended to be seen by human observers on the ground during processions or rituals. Furthermore, finding Paracas era figures confirms that the desert etching tradition was not exclusive to the Nazca, but was a centuries-long multicultural phenomenon across the region. Thanks to technology, the desert is still giving up its secrets. Each new line complicates the puzzle, demanding that archaeologists devise new theories about the geoglyphs' meaning, their creators, and their role in the ancient spiritual landscape. The new Nazca lines prove that the greatest mysteries are not always solved, but merely expand, waiting for the next discovery.
The Indus Valley.
The Indus Valley Civilization, or Harappan culture, was one of the world's largest and most sophisticated ancient societies, thriving across what is now Pakistan and northwest India between 3300 and 1300 BCE. It had advanced urban planning, standardized weights, and complex trade networks. Yet this entire civilization, which rivaled Mesopotamia and Egypt, remains silent. The reason? Its writing system, the Indus Valley script, has resisted every attempt at decipherment, representing the ultimate unread message from the ancient world. The script is found primarily on small steatite seals, miniature copper tablets, and occasional pottery. It consists of around 400 distinct characters, too many for an alphabet, but too few for a purely ideographic script like Chinese. This numerical range suggests it might be a logosyllabic system, where symbols represent both words and sounds. The biggest challenge is the brevity of the text. The average inscription contains just 5 symbols, with the longest known text having only 26. This lack of long-form narrative text makes identifying grammatical patterns nearly impossible. The lack of a bilingual text, the famous Rosetta Stone equivalent, has created a decipherment deadlock. Scholars worldwide are fiercely divided. Some argue the script represents an early form of a Dravidian language, while others link it to the ancient Indo-Aryan languages. A smaller, controversial theory even suggests it is not a true writing system at all, but a collection of non-linguistic religious or political symbols. Deciphering it would unlock the Harappan social structure, their religious beliefs, and their eventual mysterious decline. The Indus Valley script is the final sealed door to understanding one of the world's most impressive early ancient civilizations. Its successful translation would fundamentally change the history of South Asia, allowing the forgotten voices of the Harappan people to finally narrate their own story.
The Antikythera mechanism.
In 1901, sponge divers near the Greek island of Antikythera salvaged a trove of ancient treasures from a Roman-era shipwreck. Among the bronze statues and jewelry, they found a heavily corroded lump of bronze and wood. Decades later, scientists realized this was no ordinary artifact, but the single most complex piece of machinery to survive from the ancient world, the Antikythera mechanism. It is often called the world's first analog computer, and its very existence challenges everything we thought we knew about Greek technology. Through extensive X-ray and computed tomography analysis, researchers revealed an intricate system of at least 30 interlocking bronze gears. Its purpose was purely astronomical. It was a sophisticated device used to track and predict celestial movements with incredible accuracy. It could model the motions of the Sun, Moon, and the 5 known planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. It predicted solar and lunar eclipses and even tracked the dates of ancient athletic events, such as the Olympic Games, using the 4-year cycle of the Pan-Hellenic festivals. The complexity of the mechanism is astonishing, and nothing remotely similar has been found for another 1,000 years. This led to the great riddle of its origin. Where did this technology come from? Inscriptions on the fragments point to a Greek origin, with many scholars believing it was built by a scientist in the tradition of Archimedes or the astronomer Hipparchus, possibly from the Greek city of Corinth or the island of Rhodes in the 2nd century BCE. The mechanism suggests a hidden tradition of high-precision engineering that was tragically lost after antiquity. The Antikythera mechanism forces us to reconsider the intellectual power of the Greeks. It is a stunning artifact that shows they possess the technical knowledge to build a clockwork model of the universe, a mechanical marvel that continues to inspire awe and stands as a powerful testament to a lost golden age of scientific innovation.